Perfect.
We're outside. Can you hear that airplane? So today, day 12 of the Advent Crafty calendar, I'm going to do the Arne and Carlos Star Challenge. There have been a couple, I've seen at least 2 star challenges taken up by other crafty lifestyle YouTubers. I had planned on doing this earlier, but the weather had turned to rain for us. But we have sunshine again. We have cold, not Norwegian cold. We have Portland cold, but we have cold. So, to make the Arne and Carlos Star, you need 5 4-foot furring strips, and they call these 1x2s. Just because I happen to know this information, these are what we call furring strips. A lot of the time for fiber artists and for quilters take these and turn them into quilting frames. Fiber artists put them together and use them to build frames to block really nice lace designs. Like the Shetland lace design has a history of using furring strips or 1x2s to block fancy Shetland shawls. Builders use furring strips to build out. They're called furring strips because you use them when you've got a concrete building to put a board base that you can screw into to put your sheetrock up. So for example, I used to have a basement, and we finished my basement and we screwed these into the concrete foundation so that we had a place that would more easily, we could put the sheetrock on. We're going to use them to make this star. One of the interesting things about furring strips, value added I can give you, these are 8 feet long, but the measurement for all wood is this is called a 1x2, but if you actually measure this is 1.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Because when you get boards that are ID'd as a 2x4 or 1x2, they count the kerf that the saw takes off when it cuts it through the sawmill. So you lose every measurement that you see listed in a hardware store is a 1/2 inch smaller than what it says it is. Just a little piece of trivia for you. So what do we need to do to this? And I'm planning on making 2 stars. One for our house to hang on our deck above, which I'll show you later, and the other one to take to my daughter's, who lives out in the country on acreage, and she has a cool old barn that I think this will be beautiful on. We need to measure the length. I did pre-measure this for you. This is 8 feet long exactly, so the kerf rule doesn't exist in the length. We need to measure 4 feet. My handy dandy panda measuring tape just happens to be exactly 4 feet when I fully extend it. So 48 inches to here, and I took a pen, a Sharpie in this case, and marked my line. I then took a straight edge, because I have 5 of these 1x2s, and marked it as well. So marked it along here, so that I have at exactly the midpoint of each of these 8-foot furring strips, I have a line to mark to cut. Now, you ask, all the other guys managed to get theirs cut at the hardware store. When I was at the hardware store finding these furring strips, the saw was down. Thankfully, my husband owns this lovely piece of equipment, and I can use it to cut my furring strips. He handily screwed 4 of them together on a piece of, what are these called, David? I always forget these.
Clamps.
Clamps. He handily secured these with clamps, but only 4 of them fit. So I'm going to have to cut 4 in one go, and then I can cut the last one by itself. This is called a skill saw. Oh yeah. That's a helicopter. We live near an airport, so we get lots of air traffic. And this summer it didn't seem too bad, but it sure seems busy today, doesn't it? All right, you need a couple of things before you crank out the saw. You need eye protection, and if you want to keep your ears in shape, I heard Arne saying he had a little hard of hearing problem all of a sudden. My ears are old too, and so if I put ear protection on, the noise isn't going to be so painful. Fine, I'll put my eyes on first. I can't see through these very well. There. And then we'll put the ears on. Apparently there's an order to this, according to my husband. All right, we're going to cut this. It's going to be noisy.
Don't stand on the lead.
What?
Don't stand on the lead.
What, you don't think I should stand on it?
No.
Okay, fine. Oh, I gotta do the... Ooh, this is a trick, isn't it? I need to do it with my other hand.
Yeah.
There, I've cut 4 out of 5. I have a little hand saw here. Because it was giving me pushback, I'm going to cut just the very end off. There. That's cut. And then we'll cut the other one. You didn't clamp this to the table at all. So we have 8 cut. One more. Very end. Jumps. All right. Now I can take these off. Order. Can you tell I don't wear protective equipment very often? Because I live a genteel life. I'm gonna use the little hacksaw again. It doesn't like going to the end. I wasn't happy right there. Both times. Oh, I can chip that one a little bit. There we go. Fixed. Alright, so we're cut. The next thing we need to do is to drill holes into either end of these strips before we secure them together. So, the drill I'm very experienced with. We like to use a good drill. So, we have an electric battery operated drill, and I'm going to drill holes at either end of all of the strips. Alright, we have enough pieces of board for 2 stars. I'm gonna go get... Because we own 2 drills, I don't have to change out the tips. Next step is to take these screws that we just had, so we didn't have to buy screws, into each of the points where I've drilled the pilot holes. We can partially screw it in, and then line it up to the next one. Muscle. We're out. So I can line this guy up. If I had done a better job drilling, this wouldn't be such a labor-intensive process. There we go. Oh, and it's split. I split. That's the danger of this at the ends. I think you should have done a little bit bigger of a drill bit. Alright, next one is over here. Splinter. The drill bit doesn't like that one. I was trying to use one of the other ones. Is this on backwards? Did I reverse it? Yeah, I did, didn't I? There's a reverse button on these. Not through that. Still not through. It's much easier if this cantilever's off. It is a bit wrangly, this. Now we through. Not even yet. Finally through. This one goes underneath. Hey, I'm not strong enough. This might be a two-man job. I have a cameraman who's gonna have to come help me hold. Or we're gonna get whipping star here. Hold my star. Oh, I'm gonna have a cameraman who's stronger than I am. Don't go too far. I went too far. Split. That's enough. Alright, next one. He's still gonna have to come back again. I don't know why he thinks he gets to leave. Alright, next one goes here. No, let's see. I've now made a funky triangle and it's gonna be goofy. Did we decide to go under this time? I think this one goes under. So we're gonna have to go right here. You gonna hold it for me? Even if you pre-drill it, it gets unhappy, doesn't it? Alright. Last one is there. And we have too little of a table. Come hold. Oh, no, I'm not going to drill a hole in my finger. You can feel it. Yeah, and you have stronger arms than me. There we go. There we go. Good enough. Last one for the first one. The second one we won't have to do on camera. But the last one is here. And there is a little bit of a gap between this, but not much. No, there's no gap at all. It works completely fine. Mr. Geometry. I need 2 hands to hold the drill. I can't drill and then put my finger there at the same time. I'm left-handed. This is the problem, is I'm left-handed and I'm weak. We have star. Let me hold it up. So we have a star, and now all we need to do with some smaller ones is anchor that star into position and make sure that it's even, which if I were a crazy person, I might be, I will measure how far each one is apart. So this is 18 inches. This is more than 18 inches. Alright, let's try that. 18 inches. Yeah, it looks like the geometry of this should be 18 inches. Each leg should be about 18 inches. Let's see if I'm right. It's that one. It's that one. Yep, I'm right. So if you have a 4-foot piece, each one of these legs should be 18 inches when it's all zipped together. Oh, I gotta drill holes. Silly guy again. Alright, I think I'm gonna anchor this one. This one's high, so it can't be that one. I'm gonna anchor that one on. Not going all the way through because we have shorter screws here. You think it'll be enough to hold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's anchored. I think there and here, don't you? Not too bad for just a few minutes of work, is it? And then I'll do this all again for the second star to go to my daughter's house. And I've purchased 2 spools of LED bulbs that are nicely organized for me so I can start at this end and keep these 2 holding. It's been sort of the problem with the 2 other videos that I watched, is they unraveled the whole thing, and then I think I should test my lights first and make sure they work. Make sure they work. I am going to start at the internal section, so that goes on first and that will go on last, because this is what needs to be connected to an extension cord. Hang on. I don't need to drill anymore. These are not very expensive light bulbs, therefore I always worry that they don't work before I start. But we have liftoff. We have a working set of bulbs. All right, time to wrap around here, and then to anchor it, just wrap back on it. There are 2 of these, so there's 3 total of these divided up. So if I can get through go back on this, so I have to make this a little tighter. I have lights up at the tips here, and then it'll be time to undo the second one. Second bulb. Ooh, right now I'm wishing I did this inside because it's cold. Cantilever over the side for the drilling. When it comes time for wrapping, it's not so easy. A little tight here. Around this side. I'm being a little too generous with the plugs. It doesn't look like it's going to make it all the way around. This is 100 lights. I may regret this. Because we should be halfway around right now. I'm not halfway around. Tip. We've got the right amount. Last bundle with my very cold hands. Tip. Is it going to be enough? I think not. I may have to redo this. I can stretch that guy in that direction. So 3 times, and I've gone too many more times there. So if I do a wrap of 3 and then around the tip, a wrap of 3 and around the tip, I can back this out and I'll get over to that tip. So we have a wrap of 3 around the tip. And then I won't quite get a wrap of 3 here, but 1, 2, we'll undo this and gain back some of that. Because I wrap too tightly here. Don't be like me. Don't wrap too tightly. It's about 3 times around and then you've got it. As your hands get colder, your ability to maneuver gets not great. Very cautious of splinters. So I'm just going to put this down. Go to here. Wrap this one. Go. So it's wrapped. Let's see if we light it up. We'll have to wait till dark to really see it, but I can do this. There. Hit the star. And we can hang it up on our railing. Do you think this side or the front? Front?
Mm-hmm.
We have up above, and you'll see it later, we have 2 decks upstairs on our house. And so we're going to just zip strip the star to the railings, and then I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, there's a plug. If not, we can snake an extension cord in and hang ours up. And then when I put the other one together for my daughter's house, she has a big old barn in her yard. So we're going to get up on the ladder and hang that up. Probably screwing it into the wall or some sort of hanger. Okay, this one's done. We will, my hands are giving out in the cold, but if you would like to fiddle with this, I don't know where we need the ends at. Let me unplug it. And there's the second one off camera. Alright, that's all there is to it. We'll come back when it's dark and we can take a picture and I'll do the whole music putting thing.
Then you know it's Christmas when the snow starts to fall. Then you know it's Christmas for the children above all.